The withdrawal of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland from the European Union at the end of this year creates a number of legal problems. One of the questions that arises is what is happening to the private companies limited by shares, the so-called limiteds, that are located in Germany. It is estimated that approximately 8,000 to 10,000 companies are in the legal form of a limited company with its registered office in the Federal Republic. As a result of the Brexit, these companies lose their freedom of establishment and are no longer recognized in Germany because the United Kingdom is treated as a third country and the sea theory applies to them again. According to the higher judicial case law, such companies are then with the German standard forms, that means to be treated as an open trading company and so-called OHG when operating a commercial trade, otherwise as a company under civil law, a so-called GBR. If there was only one partner, then this would be treated as an individual merchant or as an ordinary individual. The legal consequences for the limiteds and their shareholders are, well, the consequence of such treatment would be that the shareholders would have unlimited and personal liability in contrast to the limited, also for the company's old debts. This solution is unsatisfactory for the shareholders of the companies which until now have enjoyed limited liability and does not do justice to their interest. As unequal treatment with the German company forms will be the inevitable consequence, the limited can no longer be recommended in Germany. Therefore, action should be taken early so that the undesirable legal consequences do not occur. It is recommended that you actively deal with the company forms available under German law. Select the company form that is suitable for your own company and convert the company in good time or transfer the economic goods. To this end, the following measures can be shown as examples with particular emphasis on the cross-border merger. Cross-border merger with a German company. That means the limited can be merged with the German company, in particular a corporation. The cross-border merger is the safest way to transfer the assets of the limited to a German corporation by way of a total transfer. In this case, the liability limitation of the shareholders for old liabilities and for future liabilities from the advertising business remains. Negative can be the requirement for depositing 25,000 euros of share capital. This will also be necessary with the UG, that's a limited liability, as the received company in the course of the merger. If you do not want to raise this, the merger into a limited partnership, a KG, offers itself. This type of cross-border merger has been provided for by the legislation in the revised paragraph 122b of the Transformation Act, so that a partnership can now also be sought, such as a KG or in particular the UG with a limited liability and the CO KG, this is company KG. It's a combination, it's complicated. Let's leave it there. However, the structural differences between partnerships and corporations, in particular the unlimited liability of the general partner at the KG, must be taken into account. The 122M Transformation Act is important in this context. This states that merger procedures that have not been completed before the Brexit takes effect will enjoy a transition period until December 31st, 2022 and may be registered until then. However, this requires that the merger plan must be certified by December 31st, 2020. Once this has been done, the limited company is to be recognized as a legal corporation under English law for the transitional period until the end of 2022. However, it should be noted that the merger procedure requires cooperation from the English authorities, who must compile a merger certificate so that the merger can be registered. There are reasonable doubts here as to whether Company House is participating quickly. The following legal measures can also be mentioned, which can be considered in addition to the cross-border merger. One way is the foundation of a German company and transfer of assets by means of a purchase contract for the assets, a so-called asset purchase agreement. All goods would have to be listed and third-party partners would have to agree to the transfer of existing contracts, which could result in considerable expense. Or there's the modified growth model. That means increase in the shares of a limited company to a newly founded GmbH, or the UG, that's a limited liability. Form conversion into a German GmbH or into a European corporation is Societas Europaeae, the SE, and relocation of this SE to Germany. These two methods are risky due to the lack of experience. complete liquidation of the limited, which would also have to be used for the German branches. The conclusion is the limited companies will no longer be able to rely on their freedom of establishment when the transition period ends at the end of 2020. There are several variants of corporate law measures to prevent unlimited liability as a partner. It is important, however, that you are informed about the legal options and act promptly if possible. The quicker, the better. Of course, this was just an overview. This was no legal advice at all. I just wanted to make sure that people in this situation will understand that they have to act now. Go to experts and ask what you can do. And for the rest, I just wanted to inform you what all is at stake here just because of Brexit and how much confusion there is at the moment because of Brexit. And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you in the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!